nightmare.
Well, I seen
You
you
know
do
what,
it.
man?
You did it with Nikki, and it went fine.
With Nikki.
Not Nikki. Sorry, Jackie.
Yeah, but somebody was right here in my apartment.
Oh well,
That's what that shit was. Yeah, that's what it is. We better come on and do this shit because this shit is going
okay,
black.
I got you. All right. So once again, it's your boy Mac 357. I'm here with the incredible, iconic publicist himself, a maverick in the world of publicity. The incredible, the one and only Angelo Ellaby is in the building.
Mark,
Appreciate you being here.
Mark, let me say this to you, man. I appreciate you so very much, man, for all of what you have always done for double exposure, for my clients, for me. I hope that you receive my blessings. I include you in my everyday thoughts because you're such a real good brother. And I hope that your constituents and your followers appreciate what you bring to the table for them.
Thank you. So we're here to talk about the incredible book that's coming out in August. Pre-orders can happen as we speak. You can check for the link on Double Exposure. Um, I want to tell people before I let you go, tell me what that's about.
You know,
Um,
everyone seems to have their own definition to what that title of my book is all about. They think it's about Frankie Beverly, who I represented. No, it's really about God. It's really about them. It's really about me. It's about you. I wanted to leave some jewels. I'm very, very thankful for the 67 years that God has granted me. I'm moving on to venture out to many other situations that I've always wanted to conquer. But in the terms of the journalistic community and the PR community, and all of the people that have been very supportive of me over, my God, some 55 years, I just really wanted to let them know before I let you go, I want to give you this. And that's what this book is about. This book is a template of my life. It tells you of the struggles, the two times that I had to file bankruptcy. It tells you of my trials, my tribulations. It tells you of all the things that I had to go through. But still, I rise. I still rise and I still continue to do what it is that I do because I do believe wholeheartedly in the blessings of God. I'm trying to let people know no matter what you go through in life, if you really believe and you have faith, He will see you through it. But you got to make your steps. And the book is really for that drug addict, that carcerated individual. It's for the domestic violent person. It's for the LGBTQIA community. It's for everybody, man. You know, yeah, we talk about my history in the music industry, but I really talk about the faith and the hope that people need to give to themselves. I
okay,
tell people,
before you go forward,
yes,
I'm gonna have to cut you off because he's just glossing over what he just said as far as music industry. We're talking about Mary J. Blige, Dionne Warwick, Cool from Cool in the Gang, Melba Moore, and Michael Jackson, DMX. Yeah, we're talking about legendary, iconic figures in music that this man has either managed and or publicized for and been their publicist. And till to this day, has some of those incredible figures still on the roster. So you were saying,
yeah, man, the thing for me is I want people to understand, and I think at 67 years old of my life, God has granted me the gift of life. And I began to understand what this gift is all about. I began to fall romantically in love with Angelo Ellerbee. And I love me some me because he allows me to love me because he has given me the graces of his presence in my life. I want to convey over to other people that you got to begin to be authentic. You have to begin to be transparent. You have to begin to fall romantically in love with yourself. And you got to begin to love yourself. This community, our community, people that are Black and brown, need to begin to understand the importance of unity. That's what this book is about. This book is about unity. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said many, 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 many years ago, the importance of Black and brown communities coming together to support one another. And he stated that we needed to have our own farms. We needed to be able to have our own food and nurture our own children by way of these farms and the mechanics and having your own cars and being able to fix your own cars and create your own cars and to be what was inventors. This is what I think white folks have taken away from us is the unified effort of where we needed to be collectively as a community, as a culture. This is what I'm trying to say to each and every single person at this day and time, with all the craziness that's going on in America. We got to be together. We got to stay together as a community. And I think the only way that you begin to stay together is that you begin to love yourself. It was always the whole thing of always saying that it takes a village to raise a child. It does. And we need to begin to be a collective to raise our children to understand the importance of mentorships, of loving themselves, of cleansing themselves with the right tools to get their life in order. For me, it's all about really taking time to be authentic and loving yourself. And I want them to understand, young people, old people alike. I want them to begin to understand the importance of self-improvement, self-preservation. How are you going to get to the next plateau? You don't get there by yourself, you get there with a collective. We gotta become a collective. We gotta care for each other. And I think in this whole presidential thing now with Miss Harris, I think it's really this is where we need to come together, where we need to be together, and where we need to stay together, and how we need to stand tall in this commitment. I don't want to get in back and forth through all of the politics. I'm just simply saying this is our community. This is a person that looks like you and I that we need to support, and we need to stand with her, and we need to be a collective with her. We need to help her to fight the battles. It's about raising our individuals that are in the forefront. Man, I'm just about my people. I love Black and brown people, and I want them to understand the importance of giving back. I want them to understand the importance of mentorship. These young kids today really believe that it's all about, they know about everything. They don't want to listen. I'm saying, listen, man, just listen to what somebody is saying to you. Comprehend what somebody is saying to you. Understand what somebody is saying to you. You don't know all. Hell, I'm 67 and I've been in this business for 55 years. I damn sure don't know it all. I am open to listen to anyone that can enrich my life and make a difference in my life. I try to tell these young kids, here's this imaginary maturity pill. Take one a day with a big glass of water and grow up. And understand that it's not your way, it's the way. It's the way that you must challenge yourself to fight against all things that are challenging. Don't give up. It's the same energy to stay in the race. Because if you stay in the race, eventually you got to win, right?
Facts.
If you give up, it's the same energy. So why don't you stay in the race? Eventually you're going to have to win. And this is what I'm trying to get across in this book before I let you go. I want you to stay in the race and fight the fight. You got to fight the fight. You got to be heroic. You got to be ambitious, not ambitious, but ambitious to do what it is that you need to do in order to obtain the goals and get to the apex of your own success. That's what's real for me, man.
If you had to define success in the process of what you've done with the jewels that you're dropping in this book, what would that be?
I don't know what success is. I never had success. I've always had blessings. I don't know what success is. I'm still trying to find success at 67 years old. I'm a faith believer and prayer, and that's what I do. I walk in the shadows of his footsteps. I believe in him. And I'm telling you, it's nothing magical about what my existence has been. I just know that it's the work of God. And I'll let him do his work. I'm just a vessel of his work and his word, man. I believe very wholeheartedly that he has been the anchor of my life. He's been the anchor of my life, man. I've gone through, you don't even understand. If I can really write the real book
Mm.
to tell you what I've gone through, I give you in this particular book before I let you go, it's just scenarios. If I could sit back and tell you that that I went through bankruptcy twice, the ups and downs of moving from Seventh Avenue to Fifth Avenue, the 19 to 20 employees that I have down to 8 employees, now down to 5 employees, down to just understanding being a millionaire and then being a thousandaire and then being a 100aire. But nothing ever stopped me, man. Nothing ever stopped me. I always believed in me. I believed in me, and I believed that every single thing that have happened to me in my life, it was supposed to happen. And it was to wake me up. And today, I mean, in 55 years, I'm good. I think that we've become very excitable about where we're at in our careers. And we lose focus as to where we should be mentally in our minds of where we should be. And I never had anyone to support me. I always supported all of my artists. I always supported all of the people that I dealt with. And I didn't take care of Angelo Ellerbee. Today, because I believe that life is a given. Life is a given, or is life a gift? And then it's a given. And I've learned very, very hard, man, the hard way that I got to really keep applying. And I'm keeping applying. I just want people to know that God gives us so many chances in life. For that person that's incarcerated, coming out of incarceration, walking down the streets and saying, what the hell am I going to do with my life? If you just take the time just to sit back and start loving you and understanding where you are about, what you are about, he will lend himself to you and he will teach you the who, the what's, the whens, the where's, and the whys, how to move forward. Don't feel sorry for yourself. You did whatever you did. You got locked up. Okay, now you're out, right? So now what you need to do is start to gear yourself to understanding the importance of your worth as an individual, as a child of God. And he will open up the door. And if he opens up the door and the door starts to close, stick your feet inside of it and don't let that
Yeah.
door close. And go inside of there with an attitude to simply say, I'm a conqueror. I can conquer, can do this. I can make a difference. And I honestly believe in that, man. I honestly believe in that. If you stick your foot in that door and don't let that door close on you, you're doing all the things that you need to do to make yourself really transparent to get done what you need to get done.
Well, I know that to be true because of the fact that you were in this business at the time in which racism was still alive. There weren't too many black publicists around. There weren't too many people who were in the field where it was predominantly white. And you kept striving even then. And as you said, went through your trials and tribulations, dealing with all of the things that you dealt with in that time, in that frame, in that place. And now, as you said, you're on the other side now, 55 years in. That's incredible. I haven't even been alive 55 years. I'll be 51 this year. For you to be in this business that long and still progressing, like you said, through two bankruptcies, through all of the different things that you had to deal with. And like you said, you're just scratching the surface of what you're putting in the book and get, like you said, giving scenarios as to what you've been through. That tells me that, like you said, God has given you
Oh,
the grace and mercy to see you through thus far. And as you said, I think it's both a given gift that life is sustained in a person, and when God says that gift, I needed to come home. I needed to, come to where you were born. That's a process of, you have left behind some things that people can learn from, that people can strive to, or ascertain, as you said, if they put the faith and the work together, and like you said, not giving up, putting your foot in that door sometimes and going, you might think there's someone better, but I'm the best. And I'm not saying it just because. Look at all of the things that I've done and the wait for me to get here. Give me
Yes.
the shot, I'll take care of the rest.
You know what, man, the thing for me is that God gives us so many chances. He gives us so many chances. He gives us chances. Sometimes we think we're in love, so we get married and then we get divorced. Sometimes we think that we are at the peak of our lives or the peak of our careers, and then we get fired. Those are just experiences. And we need to apply those experiences to the next level of our career. I have never ever taken the elevator or the escalator in my career. I always took the steps. Because when you take the steps of life, you get a chance to stop, listen, and learn and sit there and think about it. It's so important that, man, I'm trying to tell you, at 67 years old, I'm loving me more now than I ever have. I spend time with me. I never spend time with me. On Saturdays and Sunday, don't call me. I don't want to talk to you. I love you, but I don't want to talk to you. I want to spend time looking at TV. I want to spend time reading books. I want to spend time walking through my building, going to the swimming. I want to spend some, I want to fall in love with me.
Right.
It's so important that we don't sit back and feel sorry for ourselves. That we don't sit back and say, oh, this marriage didn't work for us. This marriage was real screwed up. This relationship was that, this job was not good. Man, we got to sit back and simply say, you know what? I'm still here. And all of that stuff is not even important because you know what? We can do away with that. We can do away with that. We're going to do away with it anyway. So at the end of the day, for me, it's just about self-reservations. And it's all about, for me, is really, man, it's just about being a community. And family becomes so very important in what we go to do today. I mean, away from the wife and the children. Let's talk about the memories of the mothers and the fathers and the sisters and the brothers and what we grew up at. And all those things become very relative, man. I'm sitting back now writing the thank yous for my book and the thank yous for the people that have been very supportive to me. And I'm just like, wow, these people have supported me and they have loved me and they have cared for me. There's been people that have just supported me just on the whim of support. I really appreciate these people, man. I really do. I appreciate people like you, man. Honestly, I ain't saying this shit because I'm on the phone with you or I'm on the Zoom with you. Listen, if you ain't did shit for me, I wouldn't tell you. But I'm telling you, man, you have been so good to me. And I think that it's so important that you tell people, you know what, man, I love you and I thank you so very much for what you have done to me over these many years. People need to hear that. It's just
Amen.
like raising children, man. When you raise your children, they think that because you put a roof over their head, you give them food and clothes, that you love them. No, man, you got to tell them, I love you, man. I love you, daughter. I love you, son. And my mother used to say that to me from when I was 5 years old to when I was 15 years old. Every single morning, she would come to my room and say, last born, because I don't know where she get this last born thing at, but she would say, last born, I love you so much. I really do love you. And I would go, Mama, I love you too. Every day, no fail, she would say, I love you. And do you know what? That was my energy pill. That was my energy bill to buy a house for her, to take care of her, to work hard, to be ambitious, to do all what I needed to do to make her happy. Those are the things that were so important to me. That's really what was important to me, man. And so I think that that's really important that people get a chance to understand the appreciation of life. And I just think through this time, man, it's so important that we come together. We got to come together, man. We got to come together as a community, as a culture. We keep doing this crab in the barrel bullshit. We got to, everybody got their time to be a star. Everybody got their time to shine. And just welcome the shining of any individual that comes before you and know that your turn will come. But this ain't your turn. This is somebody else's turn. Be happy for
I used to watch Arsenio Hall back in the day, and uh, I can say this: he was one of the reasons why I do what I do. Um, some of the most prolific, some of the most profound, breaking new strides. Because before him, there were no uh, counterparts such as Jay Leno, Letterman, Carson, anybody that brought on rappers, that brought on anybody of color really on the screen until he broke that mark. And uh, I look at it as you like somebody has to come before you. They show you some of the steps. Then you have to walk the rest of the steps yourself. As you said, you took steps. And the process is you can learn and take a piece from everybody and culminate or grow within that process. And like you said, when it's your time, they'll see you. It's your moment. There's no way around it. You're going to step up to the plate.
it.
And the
Yes,
fact is, each person should strive together to find a way in which we can help each other because there's no process of if he gets there before me, no, it's his moment to get there before you.
exactly.
And that's what you have to realize in that moment that you're helping someone to realize where they need to be. And you never know when that moment where he can grab you and go, it's your turn.
Yes, exactly. And let's do this for them when their turn comes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And let's applaud them. Let's support them. Let's give them with the energy that they need to have to move progressively forward in the areas of their concentration. Everybody got a turn to win. And it's so very important that we support each and every particular individual that's out here. And particularly when it comes down to this whole presidential, man, we got to support that woman. We got to support her. We got to come together collectively and support her because we know we need to support her just because she's a sister, loving her people, loving her culture, loving what she can do to benefit our culture and our communities. And it's just really important that we all understand where we're at this stage of the game. I understand white America. I understand what white America brings to the table and what they take from the table. And I'm into what they take from the table. And I know what she will bring to the table. And it's very important that we welcome that menu of opportunities that she's going to bring to the table. It's real for me, man.
Before I let you go, what would be one of the biggest jewels that you would want a person to take from the book?
The thing that I would want anyone to take from the book is loving themselves, being authentic, being original, being themselves. I've always lived with my life with being who I am. I don't give a good damn about what you think about me as an individual. I'm going to live my life the way that I see my life, the way I feel my life, the emotions of my life, the feelings of my life. I don't give a good damn about what you think about me. I don't. I care about what God thinks about me. I think about what I think about me. I don't care about the masses and what they think about me, man. I know that I'm a righteous individual. I try to help as many people as I possibly can over my 55 years of being in this business. That's what's important to me, and that I'm able to share my wisdom, my knowledge, my abilities to make things right for people. That's what's really important for me, man. Honestly, I mean, man, money ain't important to me. Well, I got some, I got a little bit. That shit ain't important to me. It ain't. As long as I'm able to pay for this 3 bedroom apartment on the 15th floor, I'm good. And take care of my obligations, I'm good. I want to be there to support people and to love people and to care for people and give them the ammunition to fire back, to fire back, and not to feel sorry for themselves, but to fire back with an understanding and an attitude of saying, I'm going to reach for a bigger prize. I'm going to reach for God. I'm going to reach to be good at what I go to do. That's what's important to me, man. It's so very important to me. If I go away from here today, all I want people to do is lift, give God the praise, and move forward. Stop blocking your own blessings. Get up in the morning and say, I thank you, God. I thank you, God, for letting me see and hear and walk and talk. Thank you, God, for giving me another day. And let me go out here and be not just for myself, but for my family and for others. Isn't that what it's all about?
Amen.
Because at the end of the day, man, I'm going to try to tell you something. Your ass is going to go in that casket and you ain't going with nothing. You ain't taking nothing with you. So I've
Facts.
learned that. You ain't take it's not a damn thing you're gonna take with you but your soul.
Facts.
So this is the time that we need to do to give back. We need to give back. Listen, all of what I'm trying to do is share my knowledge. Because if I don't share this knowledge, I'm gonna take it with me and then it's gonna be silent. Before I let you go, it's sharing information, sharing knowledge, giving a template to my life, telling this you can be as great as that I believe that I am. There's a difference in being great than greater and the greatest. That's what I want people to be. I want these young brothers and sisters, but more importantly, I want these older people, the senior citizen, to know that they're great, greater, and greatest of what they can possibly be. Don't sit back in that rocking chair and look out of the window. Don't sit back and just do nothing. I ask God every single day for that He would go and touch, go by the home, but go by the hospices, the hearts, the minds, the bodies, and the souls of these older people, and let them know that they got to have energy, insightfulness, and go out there and live life. Stop feeling that you, because you're of a certain age, get up and move them legs, move those arms, and get up and do something. Get involved in senior citizens programs. Get involved in community programs. But don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself because your kids are grown and this is it. No, that's a punk's way out. You need to live life because God has granted you life.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I in kind have to do the same because it's warranted. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being a supporter of my platform. Thank you for being the incredible person that you are to allow your clients to be on my show because you're trusting me with your people, and I appreciate um, your candor, your kind words, your incredible gestures that you do for us. And I want to say, God bless you for being that person that you are. Thank you for being the iconic figure that I had someone to look to, and just that moment of, hey, I would love to speak with some of your clients, and thank you for giving me the opportunity each time to have those moments. And God bless you for being who you are, because you've done a lot for not only our community, our people, and you still strive to do so by this book. Before I let you go, now, when is the date that is coming out? I know it's in August.
So let me say this to you, my brother. So we're giving kudos. Let me thank you for being who you are. Let me thank you for creating this platform It allows people to come into your program and speak volumes to where they're at and who they are and be transparent. It is so very important that people have the freedoms to speak the gospel and to speak their words of wisdom and to talk to you about the who, what's, the whens, the wheres, and the whys of their careers. You know, you have to be a very special person for people to open up and tell you of all their trials and tribulations and trials and tribulations and trials and tribulations. You're one of those individuals that young people today will want to come to and talk about. And sometimes we understand what they're saying, sometimes we don't understand what they're saying, but we get the message of what the content of what they're trying to say. I really appreciate outlets like yours and platforms like yours that are able to give an ease of comfort and support to these young people. It's so important that we begin to corral our young people to have an appreciation for the next level of life and the next level of mentorship. Mentorship to me is so very important. I was raised with in a single parent home. I didn't have the father. I didn't have what it took for me to get to the next level of my life with regards to a father. And I do think that your platform allows young people to have the fortitude and the attitudes to move forward with an understanding and an appreciation to that family commitment. You bring that, man. The key thing for me, which is really important in my life and my time, is that there's more people out here like you, people that are willing to mentor and talk to these young kids. These kids are lost. We need to let them find themselves. We need to let them be themselves. I think that originality and transparency is so very important in this day and time. And while we don't necessarily always understand where they're coming from, we need to listen to them. They can grow us. They can grow us as mature individuals, as mature adults. I really want to just thank you for all of what you do and what you have been doing. It's important that platforms like this make us, I said to Kevin in my office, I really want to do this man's show. And I stayed on his ass and said, "Where is Mark? Where's he at?" Oh, I did. I'm being honest with you. I said to him for like three or four, or five, or six or seven times, "Why haven't I not done this man's show?" And he says, "Oh, no, no, I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him." And so I'm very thankful to Kevin. I'm very thankful to you because, man, it's these are the kinds of platforms that I think that makes the difference.
Thank
Makes
you.
the difference. And I really do appreciate you. I really appreciate you, and I really thank you for serving your community and serving these young people and having conversations with them. This depression and these kids just need to talk to somebody. They need a hug. They need to be told that that they're in love, or that they love themselves, people just need to just embrace them. I don't think that people are embracing these young kids the way that they need to embrace them. But I think that you are really at the apex of understanding the importance of these young kids today. And so I applaud your efforts, man, to continue to do what it is that you do. Love these kids, man, because I'm gonna try to tell you something. If you ain't there, then nobody's there. Think about it.
Amen. Well, I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for being the icon that you are. Thank you for being the legend that you are. Once again, in August, I want y'all to make sure y'all can tap in right now and pre-order the book. Before I let you go, this is the incredible, the incomparable, the one and only Angelo Ellerbee. And we want to thank him for being here today on the Evening Experience Radio Show. So once again, it's Word Mac 357 saying we appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Much love to you, my brother.
Peace.
Thank you so much, man. I really do love you, bro. And I
Thank you. I love you
appreciate
too, brother.
everything that you do for me. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
God bless.
God bless you.